In the Builders category for this year's Hall of Fame, Field Hockey Canada honors one of the game's early pioneers.
I enjoyed it, and I felt, although I wasn't really very conscious of it at the time, but I felt I was contributing. If I was having a good time, maybe other people could have a good time and enjoy themselves as I was doing.
Warren was raised in Vancouver, BC, and was introduced to the game through her father, Harry Warren, who was coaching youth boys at UBC, where he got Charlotte's help replacing broken field hockey sticks.
My dad used to go to UBC and look in the buckets where broken sticks were just tossed, thrown away, garbage. So he took them all home and cut them. And so it covered all the string, and then you carefully wrap the stick up.
Warren did that until she turned 12 years old and decided she'd rather start playing. It was only until her parents saw an ad in the local paper where she officially joined a club.
My parents saw an ad in the paper. Grass hockey season starts, Connaught Park, 2:30 Saturday. So I was dropped off with my little shorts, pair of pads, my stick, a t-shirt, none of this stuff, no raincoat, nothing like that, and 10 cents to get home on the streetcar and the bus.
Warren would build off those humble beginnings and would start playing for the Greater Vancouver Senior Women's Grass Hockey League at just 12 years old, which helped build a good reputation later on in university when she wanted to play for UBC.
Well, it came about because the coach at the time, Mae Brown, she was the UBC coach, and she'd seen me hanging around the field for 6 years, and so when I went to UBC, the first thing I did was try out for the hockey team.
At UBC, she helped win the school a city championship in 1956, became team captain in 1957, and won the Watson Trophy as the outstanding player in the Greater Vancouver Women's Grass Hockey League. She did all this while being a championship caliber badminton player, president of the UBC Women's Athletic Association, and working in the Canadian Air Force.
Challenging. It probably showed in my marks, which were not very good, but at least I passed.
One of Warren's first administrative roles in the game was as the first editor of the women's section and circulation manager for the Canadian Field Hockey News. She also played a crucial role in building an inter-high school system for BC field hockey players to play with each other across the province, earning her a VWFHA Lifetime of Field Hockey Award over 50 years later in 2018.
But we did a lot of work, and no computers, no iPhones or anything like that to make life easy. Everything had to be written down.
Warren says the reason she helped spread the game through making it more accessible in high schools and more visible through the media is because she wanted others to have just as much fun as she did.
I think it's because I was enjoying it so much, the playing, and I wanted other people to have the same experience. I mean, I really did. I met a lot of people through hockey, and a lot of them I keep in touch with. Not all of them, obviously, but I do keep in touch with a lot of them. That one thing in common, hitting a little ball with a stick.
Her dedication to building the sport led her to being elected as chair of the Canadian Field Hockey Council. As chair, she helped serve as a liaison to merge the women's and men's field hockey associations.
The Canadian Olympic Association said they wouldn't fund 2 hockey groups. It had to be 1. So that wasn't me, that was outside pressure. And I happened to be for it. I had no problem with it.
Warren would then cap off her administrative career in the late 90s by helping bring together the Five Nations Tournament to Vancouver in 1997 and the Women's Four Nations Tournament in 1999. When looking back on her career, she says she'd like to be remembered for how she helped build the game at the grassroots level.
As someone who started the BC Inter-High, I still think that's my most important legacy. And that wasn't near the end of my tenure at all. I chaired 2 big tournaments here in 97, international tournaments, 97 and 99, and I thought that was pretty important. but I think those people were already committed to playing hockey, and most of the people I hit to help me on the committee were committed to hockey. In '64, the schools and the kids were not committed to hockey, and I had to develop a structure that would interest them. My name is Charlotte Warren, and I'm fortunate enough to be inducted, or going to be inducted, into the Field Hockey Canada Hall of Fame 2021.